Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Matt DeWolf, Editor-in-Chief, Car Wash Magazine, and your host on Car Wash Magazine Live. So here we are on another episode. You guys just saw that video for the Car Wash Show 2021 in Las Vegas. Check the dates below. It's going to be a great show, guys. It really is going to be the most amazing and one of the most important shows that this industry has ever seen. So I'm looking forward to seeing you guys there. Make sure that if you want to be on that list to get updates and make sure that you know when registration is open for that, that you go to thecarwashshow.com and sign up on that list. So we've got a good program for you this week. We've got a lot of fun stuff coming up. We've got a visit in Louisiana with Justin Alford at Benny's. And we've got a really interesting Supplier Pulse Survey report coming up for you that I'm really excited to share. But first things first, let's talk through a little bit of this resource page, because I do want to make sure that you guys are all aware of what is available out there for you as you try to navigate everything COVID-19 and beyond, frankly. So carwash.org/sharing, that's where you want to go for the most up-to-date information and resources from International Carwash Association. That's being updated frequently. Some of the latest stuff to go up there. We've got a listing of all the state kind of emergency declarations. That's continuously updated, and we've also got some safe reopening guidelines for you that you can download and check out there. But the latest one that I wanted to show you, because I'm kind of a nerd for infographics, is this one. This is the car wash is indispensable. ICA just put this out this morning for everybody. This is 7 ways that it shows that car washes are indispensable. And I think it's a really useful tool for you to be able to download and use on your social, share with customers, share with whomever you might want to share it with as we kind of go through this. So remember, that's carwash.org/sharing. And that is the place for you to download all these resources. Alrighty. Let's move on here. The other thing I want to make sure to remind everybody about is carwash.org/industry-pulse. We are doing surveys to get a sense for what the sentiment in the industry is right now. And we're doing those on both the supplier side and on the operator side. So we have results there for you at the link. We also have the latest overview of the Supplier Pulse survey results coming to you later in this program from Eric Wolf, CEO of ICA. And then the operator side, that survey's, the next version of that is going to wrap up here soon. I think it's on Monday. So make sure that if you have that sitting in your inbox and you haven't responded yet, take a few minutes, fill that survey out. That will help us make sure we've got accurate data and an accurate pulse for you of what's going on in the industry. So you guys, it's my favorite time. Guess what? It is time for We Got Jokes. So this week's joke comes to us from our friend Jimmy Branch. Because he doesn't like my jokes, so he sends me some. Jimmy, we're going to use your joke this week and see how it lands, shall we? All right. Are you guys all ready? I know I am. What do you call a car wash who has too much staff drama? A soap opera. Of course you do. It's a soap opera. Come on. All right, guys, you can send me your jokes. At info@carwash.org. Right now, though, we are going to bring in our friend Justin Alford from Benny's. Give me just a second. Let's get him up here. Here we are. We've got Justin Alford. Justin, welcome to the program.
Hey, good morning, everybody.
How's it going down there? How are you?
Wonderful. Beautiful day. Sun shining bright. 2 cars going through. So everything's all right considering the circumstances.
Yeah, no doubt. Justin, I think you might have broken the curse. I had a kind of a streak where my guests were always getting rain on the days that I was getting them on. So fortunately, you've got nice weather there behind you. Looks like you've got cars going through. How long have you been reopened there?
Well, we never closed.
Never closed.
Essential. Our governor decided to follow the CISA guidelines, which run the automotive maintenance. So we stayed open, unfortunately, and we're still washing cars today, and we're very blessed.
Awesome. Justin, let's back up real quick. Tell me, I know the story. I know that you basically grew up in the car wash industry and you're like 74th generation car wash. But tell everybody else a little bit about you and kind of how you got into the industry.
Well, my grandfather started in 1951. So we're the oldest car wash family left in Louisiana. And we started out like most people, full service car washing. And my grandfather started, then my dad, then me, my brother, my mom. So I guess you'd say I'm a 3rd generation car washer. Happy to be here and look forward to many more years to come.
So Justin, tell me a little bit about kind of what you what you all are doing. What's Benny's all about? What's the kind of the operation like for anybody that doesn't know? Let us know what you're like. What's going on at this site? What do you guys do general at other locations? Are you what's your model? All that kind of information.
Well, we have 9 car washes, we have 5 oil changes, and 3 convenience stores. And we have interior cleaning belts. We came from the full service background, so we still do a lot of interior cleaning as well. We're an express car wash model. This location, we have a brand new location that we opened in November, and most people would take you to the brand new one, but I said, no, this location is 20 years old. This is the first location we started with the express car washing model with the pre-vacuums, the pay stations, and here we are 20 years later, and we've been very proud of what we've done here. We did a remodel last year. We added some more vacuums. We bought some property. And we've done a great job here. It's been a great site for us, a great location, a great neighborhood around us, wonderful people working here, and all is good on this front.
Yeah, the everybody that does know Benny's knows that Benny's was one of the early adopters of the free vax, right? Brought that back from Germany, kind of introduced that in the southern United States. But you guys obviously are so much more than that. We're going to get a look at that detail belt because that's really cool. We're not going to do it yet. We're going to make people wait. So I'm looking forward to that. And then we're also going to go through a couple other really cool things you guys have done to kind of adapt your business. So I'm super excited for that. But I do want to know, Justin, what is it about this industry for you that kind of keeps you coming back? I mean, I know it's been family business for you, but there's a reason you stay, right?
It is. And just like you said, a little brief history on the express car wash model. Express car wash has been around for many years. We learned from the guys at Mike's Car Wash, or Crew Car Wash, the Dom family, the Delta Sonic Car Wash up in Buffalo with the Bendersons, and Quality Car Wash at Essenberg. So back in the 90s, my dad did a lot of traveling. I went with him, and we started looking at a lot of express car washing. Actually, Vivo Kleist was one of the first ones and over in Mobile had an express wash back in the early 90s. But we went to Germany and met with Dr. Joseph Henning, who is one of my respected friends, and unfortunately he passed away a few years ago. But we learned the free vacuum system there. That's where he had free vacuums. We came back and we adopted the pay station model with the gate. Sonny Fazio and my dad traveled many, many miles looking at that system, and it's worked out really well. So for me, what keeps me going and what keeps me excited about the industry, it's the people. I mean, the people who we work with every day, to the people at the car wash shows, the ICA, guys like yourself. That's what it's all about. And the car wash industry is so unique that it's been such a family atmosphere for so many years. My friends in business from all over the world, from Germany to Buffalo to Washington, D.C., everywhere is what keeps me going. And then the main reason is it's an honor, and I'm so privileged to be able to work with my dad every day. That's such a joy for me, and I'm so blessed and lucky to have my father every day with me. So to get up and work in this industry and work around so many wonderful people, from customers to the people in the industry, that's what keeps me going. I'm so excited and so blessed and so honored, and hope it goes on for many more years to come.
One of the things that you said there that really struck me is that it is about the people in this industry, right? And it's this idea of idea sharing and getting the industry together. And I mean, you guys went to Germany, met with another car wash person. They shared what they were doing. They were open and collaborative and shared that information with you. Now, granted, you weren't right down the street, but hey,
yeah, sure.
but they shared it with you, and that helped you kind of grow your business and make your business better. That's the thing I love about the industry, is how helpful everyone is and how much of an impact that can have on everyone's businesses. But tell me a little bit about what you've been doing with the people there. I mean, how's that been? I know that you guys are big on taking care of your people, and people who work for Benny's really love working for Benny's. What have you been doing on the people side there?
Well, like everybody, this has been new territory for us. And we've been through hurricanes, we've been through Katrina, we've been through, unfortunately, all kinds of disasters, from flooding, and this was a new one for us. And we've really kept in contact with our people. We asked for volunteers when this first went on. Hey, who does not feel comfortable working? Well, I guess we had about 86 people come to us and say, look, when this first started, we don't feel comfortable coming to work right now. We said, okay, fine. Do what you got to do. Keep your family safe. And fortunately, we brought most everybody back. Everybody's back working again. We've checked on everybody. We've gotten used to Zoom, and we may talk about that later. But the Zoom meetings, what we're doing here today, we've had to adapt our training programs. We've had to adapt our orientation. And I always look for the positive. What's positive going to come out of this? And I think there's a lot of positive that will come out of there, of a new way of doing business. Was it really necessary to bring everybody to a central location to do orientation and training? Not necessarily. I think we've got some great ideas out there now doing the Zoom and doing remote things. It's forced us to be a better company when we come out of this. I think we're going to do things a little different. I do like the face-to-face. I think Zoom does not replace face-to-face. I think that's an important part of our business, especially being a people person like ourselves, that's still important. But we can do things more efficient. I think we've learned that. When we get out of this, I think we're going to have a much more efficient, safer operation for everybody, customers included, from what we learned from disinfecting to wearing masks to washing our hands. My skin's peeling right now from washing my hands so much, to sanitizer. All of those things I think are going to be here forever. I don't see them going away anytime soon. And we had to learn to adapt to this business. And I think we have. And I think we got a much safer, better product for our customers and for our employees than we did 2 months ago before this happened.
Absolutely, absolutely. Hey, Justin, I want to come back and talk more about that stuff. I want to see that belt. I want to see what you guys are doing with the interior cleaning. I know you guys got a cool product that you've been using. But first, I do want to share a little bit of the Supplier Pulse Survey sentiment with folks. Can you hang with me for just a few minutes?
Sure, we're going to change positions, get over by the detail belt, and we'll go from there.
Awesome, thanks. Hang tight, everybody.
Thanks.
Hey, this is Eric Wolf with ICA, and I'm happy to provide to everyone our May Supplier Pulse Survey. If I had to give a title to this month's update, I'd have to probably say something like stability and hope. And I think that's certainly been fueled by the reopening in many states of car wash businesses, even with restrictions. So let me run through these results at a high level. The full survey is going to be available at the website carwash.org/industry-pulse. So take a look there if you'd like for yourself. First of all, on this edition, we had nearly twice the number of respondents as we did a month ago. We had 121 people reply. Not everyone replied to every question. So you can see on each of the different questions how many replied to that particular query. And then this will give you an idea here of who we had reply in terms of their industry segments. This is the same as we had in April. We asked people to declare what of 5 different segments they would fit into. The majority of our respondents this month were in the equipment side. 54 of the 121 were on the equipment end of the spectrum. And then we had 21 chemical companies and 21 in the other category. So let's go into the first question here. One of the key questions we asked is, how would you describe your sales pipeline? And with the theme of stability and hope, I think this is a really hopeful one. Improvement across every category. So as you look at these graphs, here's how you should read these. Green is the improving, that'd be the good. Blue is the bad, that's the degrading, and yellow is staying the same. So you can see that we have, in fact, the chemical segment is leading the way with nearly 50% of those respondents saying their sales pipeline is getting better. Now, for every one of these slides, take a look in the upper right-hand corner. What we've done, we have shared the question from the previous month. Okay, so the numbers are hard to read, I understand, but you can tell by the colors what is changing and what is improving. So in this particular one, you see a lot more yellow staying the same, and you see a lot more green improving. What do you see less of? Degrading. That's the good news. Okay, that's the positive. The next question we asked is, how would you describe your supply chain? Again, pretty much improved across the board, much less of the blue, much less of the degrading, and a lot more of staying the same. Question 5 is, how would you describe your customers' businesses? And again, positive. And remember, the context of this is more states opening up and allowing washes to operate. If you look from a month ago, that graph is almost entirely blue. You're now seeing in all 5 of the categories, there is at least some percentage, as low as about 10% or 11%, up to nearly 25%, reporting strengthening business amongst their customer base. Really positive. So, and then the yellow growing, staying the same. We'll take that as a positive as well, given the rest of the data you'll see here. The rate of change in your customers' businesses. What you see here is a slowing speed, which I think, coupled with the overall improvement, isn't a bad thing. I think you hear a lot of talk in the media and business writers about this won't be a V recovery, right? We're going to walk out of this economic disaster and slowly begin crawling forward. I think the fact that you're seeing the rate of change slow can actually, from my perspective, be viewed as a positive. Again, if you look to last month, a lot more green. And I think anecdotally, you'd say because of a free fall environment that we were in and more stabilization now. We then asked across all 5 of the segments, what now is going to be your projection of the growth rate for the entire year? Now, I'll tell you, compared to April, this is the one question where you see lower numbers self-reported, meaning all across all 5 categories, and on average, you'll see that in the April numbers, much higher growth rates. But here's what I would say is still the positive. Every single one of the 5 segments is reporting growth for 2020. I mean, quite amazing. In fact, 4 of the 5 are reporting, we believe our segment is going to be up at least double digits by the end of 2020. Pretty remarkable. And then our final 2 questions are the sort of economic outlook questions. One is, how would you describe the current business environment? You can see from a month ago, a lot more blue being the negative. You see here on the main slide that we're seeing a lot more of the positive, the green creeping up. And then, so that tells us that people are feeling better about where we are today. And then our final question we ask is, what's your expectation of the business environment going to be in 6 months? And you see 4 of the 5 categories, more than half of them believe that things are going to be positive in 6 months. So I think, a nice, not only are they seeing the improvement in their customers' businesses, but their optimism is even improving from a month ago about where we will end 2020. So let's hope this trend continues, and let's hope that this hopefulness proves out to be part of a long-term recovery for the car wash industry. Hey, this is Eric.
All right, we're back now. We've got Justin Alford set up all at the at one of his interior detail belts here. Before we go there, just for those of you watching that Supplier Pulse survey information, that's available for you, carwash.org/industry-pulse. So make sure you download that information. If you're an operator, make sure you fill out the next survey coming at you, and let's make sure we keep that going. All right, Justin, now let's see the fun stuff. You've got something going on there with some interior frogging. Tell us all about that.
What we did after the virus started, we had to figure out a safe way for our customers and our employees to be able to work inside of cars. And our good friends at Autobell Car Wash in North Carolina came up with this system of disinfecting. So we're doing the same thing. So we have a fog machine here. And when the car pulls up now, we fog the inside, as you can see she's doing. She starts with the back. And she moves to the front. Now the air is running, so after we do that procedure, we let this sit for 60 seconds. The product that we use has a 60-second kill time. So after the doors are shut, the air is still running, it's recycling. That's going to disinfect everything in that car after 60 seconds. After that point, we'll load the car on the detail belt and finish the full service side of it. So we're waiting for that to load, right, to disinfect right now. We'll just pan over here.
Yeah, let me see the back of the lot here.
Yeah, so the back of the lot here, you can see we have 30 free vacuum stalls. They're 12 foot wide each. If you would have been here a year and a half ago, we had our vacuums about where that gray truck is situated. And we had the opportunity to buy the property behind us, and we did a major expansion here this year. So we have 32 free vacuum spots to the back. We have what we call a vending center in the middle. Instead of we used to put our vending materials outside on little coin machines. We actually built a full building, air conditioned, with vendors inside of it that we can sell a variety of products. Also in there is when we have our vacuum, and we pulled the extra power service to that back building, gave us a spot to put our vacuum so that we have room to expand. So because of the pandemic, what we've done is we've done every other vacuum stall right now. So you can see we have 2 garbage cans per stall. So we've spaced out the cars where there's plenty of room to social distance between them, so they can do more than 6 feet between them. Our governor is hopefully expected to lift the order on the 15th of May. We'll go back to full capacity at that point.
Hey, Justin.
So you see,
Justin, real quick. How are you closing off those lanes? Like, what are you guys doing to kind of enforce that social distancing piece?
So if you can see, we have 2 gray garbage cans at each stall.
Oh, I see.
So that blocks them off so that they can't pull all the way through.
I got you.
Every now and then you get a person that'll just move them and park there anyway. But for the most part, it's done a pretty good job of keeping everybody out of those particular stalls. And
how much is that reopening of the vacs for you guys? Are customers pretty happy about that? I mean, what kind of sentiment are you getting from folks?
They are. The free vacuums is part of what we've been doing for over 20 years now. So they expect it. They enjoy them. It's a part of the experience for them, and they did miss it. So we got a lot of requests that, hey, when you open free vacuums. But then again, they were very understanding when we did close them for 2 weeks when the order first went down. They were really understanding that, hey, this is something we had to do to keep the place safe and keep everyone safe. But now that they're reopening, we're also disinfecting those as well. We spray them regularly to make sure that they're staying clean. The guys that go back there to empty the trash, they're wearing gloves and all the proper PPE equipment. We're disinfecting all the nozzles and hoses. So I think we've done a pretty good job of keeping people safe. Another thing is it's been almost 90 degrees here. It's a little cooler actually today. It's only going to be about 80. So, and they say that the heat, what they're hoping, does a nice job of killing the virus. And hopefully that's true. And we have a summer with virus free. That's what we're hoping for, at least everywhere. I know that. But it's working out real well. No issue.
Nice. Sorry,
So,
that's probably 60 seconds, right? How's our fogging going over there?
Hey, it's great. We could turn around here, and you can see that the red car they've already loaded. They started disinfecting another car. So now the car is moving on the detail belt, as you can see, and they're starting the standard procedures. So what they're going to do now, they're going to vacuum. They do the mats. They take a tornador. They blow air to dust all the air out of the air vents and everything. And then they finish up. When they're done at the end, though, they do take another spray of the disinfectant, and they disinfect the touch points. The steering wheel, the door handles, the keys. The keys are very important. So when they're done, they'll disinfect that one more time before we hand it off to the customer. So we're doing a nice job. We've had very good comments from the customers. We fogged police vehicles. We have fogged fire trucks. We have fogged ambulances to help the community. You know, a fire truck has people jumping in and out of every day. So if we can use this system to help fog these and keep these things clean, we feel like we're really doing our part to help the whole community and keep these people safe as well. So it's working well. So you can see the cars moving right now as they do the different stages on it. And when it gets to the end, it's about a 5 to 7 minute ride through the belt process. When we get to the end, we'll touch those last few points, hand it over to the customer, so we'll be good to go.
Hey, from an operations perspective on that and like a process, have you guys, I mean, I assume you've adapted kind of how many cars you're loading at a time, or the spacing, and how many employees are out there. What have you guys had to do there?
We have, and we're trying to follow the 6-foot rule, so we had to change a few procedures. So what we've tried to do, and there again, in a perfect world, we don't have two people working the same spot at the same time.
Yeah.
So previously, we would have had a person on the front, one on the passenger side, one doing the driver's side at the same time. We've tried to stagger those, so one gets in the front, one gets in the back seat, so to give some proper spacing in between while we're doing that system. You see, we are wearing the mask. We do have the face shield when we're actually doing the fogging to disinfect the vehicle as well to keep them a little safer. So we've made some great changes, and we're planning on this is going to stay. This is part of our process now. I don't see this changing, even if they do have a vaccine for the virus. We've learned a different way to clean the cars. Let's disinfect them. I think we're already doing a nice job disinfecting the outside, the door handles. When it comes to any car, any professional car wash, when it comes out the other side, we're using soap water. We have plenty of friction. We're doing a nice job disinfecting the outside. The inside goes along with it. So now we can pretty much say with confidence, when you get in your vehicle and we're done with it, the inside and outside were disinfected really well. You have a nice clean car to start your day out in.
I love that. Yeah, I love that. Show me, you were talking about the masks. You've got custom masks. Employees are liking those?
They are. So we do have two sets of masks. We have the portable ones, the disposable ones that we do keep available as well. And we have these custom ones made with our logo on it. They're cloth. They fit behind your ears like so. They seem to be a little more comfortable. I've been hanging mine on my name tag here when we're not. The governor's order says if you get within so many feet or if you're handling customers, you should be wearing a mask. So we do have these ready to go. They've been more comfortable. They are washable. Seems to be working out real well. So I think this has been a win-win situation for us.
And where'd you get those from?
Somebody wants to email me or text me. I'll be happy to pass them on. There's a place in Washington, D.C. He's actually a veteran.
Okay.
A friend of mine who was in the Navy for many years. Whose friends started making these, and they're making quite a few quantities of them. If anybody wants to text me or email me, I can send you the link, and we can have them done. Same with the fogging material. There's a lot of places that are making companies that are coming up with disinfectants and stuff. They all seem to be working real well. it's working well for us is the 1 minute kill time on that. To have any kind of process of volume and time, that 1 minute kill time is important to us.
Yeah, we'll make sure that in the comments there, we if folks are interested, raise your virtual hand, and we'll make sure that we get information over to you all. So if you all are watching and you want to know some information about those masks or anything really, just make sure you're in the feed and interacting with us. Justin, what else you got going on behind you there? Anything else on the site there on the detail belt that we want to see? I'm trying to look closely here.
Yeah, sure. And we can walk some more if you like. We can walk around the cars a little bit if you like. I don't know if you can kind of pan down. You can see where this belt is moving. And we've had this belt over 20 years. I mean, it's been here a long time. There's stainless steel plates under. It's a 12-foot wide belt that we load the cars on. And we finish in different stations as it's going on. Like I said before, it was a little different system, but we've had to change and adapt. And this seems to be working well. We have our different buckets for different towels and different solutions. Clean towels, the dirty towels are further down. We have mat machines that we're cleaning the mats with as well. And this is kind of our process. So we've had to adapt, but it's still working really well, and customers still really enjoy it. Volume-wise, we're off like everybody. With the pandemic, there's not as many people driving. So this is coming back a little bit slower. I think it's going to take a little time. But I think it's a great service, and I think we've had great comments and great reactions from customers for doing this service.
Justin, so awesome, so fun to see your site, even though it's virtually. I'm looking forward to the time when we can get back down there and give it a proper tour, right? Thanks for sharing. I'm gonna make sure that people, if they have questions for you, they can include those in the Facebook feed, and if we send those to you after, maybe we can make that connection for you and help facilitate bringing you all together. Otherwise, thank you so much for joining us. We're going to move on to the next phase of this. Justin, thank you so much. Stay safe out there.
Hey, enjoy it anytime. Whatever we can do for the industry to keep people safe. Hey, look, car wash guys and ladies, y'all be safe. This is a tough time right now. We're going to make it through it. We're going to be a better industry, and I look forward to seeing everybody in Las Vegas next year for sure. That's going to be an exciting show. Thank you.
All right, everybody. So now we're going to move into the next part of this. If you were watching last week, you saw it's only a question, and we asked you all to submit your responses to questions. And so we've got a new one here. We've got the question was, what's your favorite car wash story? You can still answer that one. We're going to leave that one open for a little while longer. We've got a lot of stories coming in for that one. Do submit yours, because these are pretty funny, you guys. So we're going to roll right now a story submitted from that you might say is a little bit heavy.
Started one evening. It was a cold, wintry night. We were just about to close. I was in the office, and it was about 10 to 6, and all of a sudden I hear the equipment turn on as if somebody was going to get their car washed. And I was a little surprised because the snow was swirling outside, but didn't really think much of it and went back to work. And about 2 minutes later, one of the guys comes into the office yelling, screaming, Mark, come quick, come quick. And I go, what is it? He says, no, come quick, this guy's crazy. So I go to the back of the wash, and there's this guy screaming and swearing up a blue streak, words I've never heard before. And he's telling me that we've broken his mirror when he went through the wash. And I was trying to get him to calm down, and he just kept swearing at me. I said, listen, I'm the only guy that can help you here. If you don't stop swearing at me, we're done. So he calmed down for a second. I told him, let's go into the wash and let's go through the process to see if there was something that was wrong with the equipment. And because I was pretty convinced we hadn't broken his mirror. Well, he started swearing at me again. I said, that's it, we're done. So he starts walking to his truck, and he turns and he looks at me and he goes, you'll get yours. And he drives off into the night. So the next morning, we shut down that night. The next morning, we're opening up, and we open from the front of the building, the entrance to the wash, to the back. And I was in the office getting the cash ready for the register, and all of a sudden, the same employee from the night before comes running into the office and goes, Mark, come quick. And I go, now what is it? So we get to the back end of the wash, and there, 2 inches outside the back door, the back garage door, was a boulder. not a rock, a boulder. This thing had to be 4 feet high and 6 feet wide and by 3, and it was huge. And I stupidly thought that, maybe if I got 15 guys, we could shove it out of the way. It probably weighed several tons. So I'm going, oh my goodness, what are we going to do? And it was blocking the exit to the car wash, so we couldn't open. I call the police. One of my buddies who's a cop shows up. He falls out of the cop car laughing. So he's taking pictures. He takes pictures of us on the rock, next to the rock. We take pictures of him on the rock. And I call a contractor buddy of mine. I said, listen, you got to help me out. You got to send one of those big payloaders down and help me move this rock. And he goes, really? I'll send down I said, no, one of those things with the tires as big as I am. He goes, oh, you have a boulder. And so sure enough, he brings it down. He moves the boulder out of the way, and we get operational. So we're operating maybe, 8:40 or so. We usually open at 8. And sure enough, if the guy in the pickup truck doesn't go driving by and he's got this big smile on as he drives by, and then all of a sudden he realizes that the wash is open. And the face just disintegrates into this scowl as he drives on. Never saw him again, but we're open for business.
All right, well, at least Mark was not stuck between a rock and a hard place. Hey, I need my laugh track for that. You guys, I need my laugh track. All right, so that was the question. It's only a question. This week's question for you, again, you can answer what's your favorite car wash story, or you can answer what have you learned in 2020? What have you learned in 2020? And where are you going to do that? You're going to do that at carwash.org/vidquest. That is the submission site for it. So 60 seconds-ish. Keep it mostly clean, if you would. We've got more fun stories coming your way in future episodes of the show. All right. So we are rounding out to the end of this week's episode. I just want to say a couple of things here. We've got episodes of this show, previous episodes at carwashmagazine.com. Tons of other resources there for you, including Car Wash, the podcast. So make sure you check those out. We are pulling together right now some stories about what car wash operators and suppliers are doing in their communities, and especially during the COVID-19 time, and how they are making an impact in their community and making this all about more than washing cars. So if you have a great story, let me know. Right now, I'm over-indexing on the great state of Texas. We've got Andrew Zamora from Racer Car Wash. We've got Nick Lopez at Bubble Bath, and basically the entire city of San Antonio. And then we've got Q Car Wash down in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And then most recently, we've got Stinger Chemical. They've shifted operations and has been creating sanitizing products and donated a bunch of that to the Houston Fire Department. So we've got a lot of great stories, but they're all from Texas. So I want to hear what you guys are doing. Email me, mdewolf, carwash.org. Let me know what you're doing to make it about more than washing cars. That's going to be it for this week's episode. We've got I'm going to leave you with a little bit of a leadership insight from the most recent episode of Car Wash the podcast. And as always, you know what to do out there. Keep it clean.
It's never been more important to have leadership. And the other side of that is it's never been harder to be a good leader. Even when I was introducing myself, I say I study leadership. A huge component of what my research is on is studying emotional intelligence. And I think just the fact of this idea of emotional intelligence, using our emotions as information, is why right now is so critical. Because I think what many leaders have found is that they've been really successful on many of those technical skills and like the problem solving skills. And that's worked really well. And the emotional intelligence skills and dealing with people has always been important. But I think the flip has occurred where it's a non-negotiable right now to talk about emotional intelligence. Like even as people are talking about it, they used to always talk about the people skills as the soft skills. I don't think anyone coming out of this will say that these are the negotiable soft skills. It's never